we're
What?
anyway, guys, welcome back. Welcome, Books with the Boys. As the title suggests, this is gonna be about books. Oh my gosh, Ahmed and Manuel, you're such nerds. Shut up. You don't need to tell us what we already know. Alright, so this is gonna be like where we go on like Google Play Books and pick out like books and read samples from them and give our thoughts, because we're too poor to like buy actual books. And this is like more original than any other idea we have. So that's the only reason we're doing this. Alright. This next one that we've already read this sample. The rest we haven't. But we want to give our honest thoughts on it because we think it's like a really good book, even though we haven't bought it, and it's like the first 8 chapters, I think.
Yeah.
For the sample, so
well, I'm back.
It's called The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck by Mark Manson. So, I shall take it away with my amazing English skills, man.
If you guys see me like not talk a lot, it's because my throat's hurting right now, and we just got done filming something. So yeah.
Yep, we just filmed another video. We're filming another one tomorrow, hopefully. So, yeah, man, your boys pumping out the vids. Alright, anyway, let's start with Books with the Boys. The book we're reading, by the way, is The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck by Mark Manson. Anyway?
No, yeah, let's just get started.
Yeah, alright. Charles Bukowski was an alcoholic, a womanizer, a chronic gambler, a lout, a cheapskate, a deadbeat, and on his worst days, a poet. He's probably the last person on earth you would ever look to for life advice or see in any sort of self-help book, which is why he's the perfect place to start. Bukowski wanted to be a writer, but for decades his work was rejected by almost every single magazine, newspaper, journal, agent, and publisher he submitted to. His work was horrible, they said. Crude, disgusting, depraved, and stacks of rejection slips piled up. The weight of his failures pushed him deep into an alcohol-fueled depression that would follow him for most of his life. Now already, right?
It already seems depressive.
He's already using him as an example. We obviously know what he's gonna say next, but when I first read this, I don't know about you. When I first read this, I was thinking it was gonna be a very simple, you don't give a shit about life, things like that. And even within the first 8 chapters, I can tell that's not what this is, right?
Well, yeah.
It challenges like everything you believe, as you see here.
In my opinion, like the book is an alright book, but also ready up. The book is an alright book. It's just I don't know. I think they should, but the beginning you could have worked on it.
Yeah, like you could have introduced it a bit more smoothly, I guess you could say.
Yeah, definitely.
Points.
I mean, it does.
Bukowski had a day job as a letter filer at a post office. He got paid shit money and spent most of it on booze. He gambled away the rest at the racetrack. At night he would drink alone and sometimes hammer out poetry on his beat-up old typewriter. Often he'd wake up on the floor having passed out the night before. This is just emphasizing
It's just a little bit too harsh. But
yeah. 30 years went by like this, most of it as a meaningless blur of alcohol, drugs, gambling, and prostitutes. When Bukowski was 50, after a lifetime of failure and self-loathing, an editor at a small, independent publishing house took a strange interest in him. The editor couldn't offer Bukowski much money or much promise of sales, but he had a weird affection for the drunk loser, so he decided to take a chance on him. It was the first real shot Bukowski had ever gotten, and he realized probably the only one he would ever get. Bukowski wrote back to the editor, "I have one of 2 choices. Stay in the post office or go crazy, or stay out here and play at writer and starve. I have decided to starve." I think, like, he's kind of comparing it to, like, whichever choice he does,
yes.
It's gonna end up the same way, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what he was trying to say to the author.
That
With that.
like it might seem like two completely different options, but at the same time they lead you to the same place. That's what I'm getting.
Yeah.
My fucking throat hurts.
Also, we're doing this all live, so it's not like, you know, ready or anything. So I feel like,
Yeah,
yeah.
if we were
It's gonna be unedited.
yeah, if this
So
was recorded, I would probably like cut out all my coughs. You know.
that'd be a cancerous job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And
keep
the thing,
going.
I think he's trying to convey, you know, like what was going through his mind during when he got it, because like, wow, this is the first, you know, thing I have, like actual chance I have. And he was like 50, right?
Yes.
So he didn't, well, have that much life in him left, right?
Mhm.
So yeah, so I think his reaction would have been, like, if I were him, I would have been like, it's too late, you know? Right?
Yeah, like should have asked me like 30 years later earlier.
Yeah, right. Let's continue. Where am I? Alright. Upon signing the contract, Bukowski wrote his first novel in 3 weeks. It was simply called Post Office. In the dedication, he wrote, dedicated to nobody. And also, can I mention this right quick? Like, what are with dedications in books?
See, like I see like dedicated to my son, dedicated to this person. In my opinion, they don't mean anything. Like okay.
If they like had cancer and the book's like about a child who had cancer, then I can get that, right?
Yeah,
But
but
a lot of times it isn't, right?
like Elephant Run, one of my favorite books. But
By
it's
Will Smith. Go check it
yeah,
out.
yeah,
Great book.
but yeah, great book. But at the end of the day, it's like I think it says dedicated to my son, and like I don't think his son was a Burmese runaway that lived in England during World War II.
I think he could like represent some of the struggles, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I'm just gonna say this. I thought Roland Smith was a woman for like the longest time.
Roland Smith, the woman. Oh, damn. Yeah. Another thing is like dedicated to nobody. I think like dedicating something to someone, it has to have a relation, you know? Like you can't just say, oh, dedicated to this person, right? Dedication's like, I think they should mean something, right? Instead of just throwing them around, right?
Yeah.
Kind of like how you throw words around, like for example, the word respectful, right?
Mhm.
It's thrown around, even though a lot of people would agree that it's earned. But most people say, oh, be respectful to this and this person and that person, right? The thing is, I like it depends on the context, right?
Yeah.
So,
My opinion,
essentially.
respect is earned. And I don't know if we shared this like a story like in a video, but I think we haven't since like, I mean, if we had, we haven't gone into detail. But since we're live, I just want to talk about this. We had this teacher, well, not a teacher, but more like she watched over us when it was like recess time. And I
Yeah.
mean, like, don't get me wrong, she was strict, so like, so be it. There's nothing wrong about being strict. But she was strict to the point that she would just be a pain in the ass. And she would just treat us like unfairly. Like even if we did nothing, she would still blame it on us. And here, Ahmed, I don't remember the scenarios. I don't know if you do, but can you? Well, I'll try to remember.
Which exact scenario are you talking about? Because we had a few incidents with teachers.
Yeah, just like say some, cause you know.
I there's this one time, right? I'm gonna say this on stream, right? This is like the one person who's watching this, and I'm gonna be embarrassed for the rest of my life. I called her a sexist.
Oh yeah.
I went to her and called her a sexist. Right?
And she got all offended.
Oh yeah, that was funny.
Yeah. And I mean, she did
Yeah,
a
I
lot
called
of
her sexist.
retarded stuff.
She's sexist, to be honest. To be honest, to an extent, she did kind of seem sexist. Like the feminist kind of way. And we just love feminists on this channel. Like, you know how much we love feminists? Like,
oh my god.
How much videos
I want my children to be feminists when they grow up.
Yeah, I know, right?
So
I'm gonna abort it immediately.
So
Oh,
like,
I got a 1.0.
I don't know. This issue was just gets in a lot of pain, and I think like what we fight about her most of the time was because like we didn't give her any respect, even though she's like an adult. But like we hated her like everyone did. And it's like the principal told us, if you're gonna like be struggling with something, talk it out with her, cause maybe you guys can fix it. So the one time we actually tried to talk her out with her, she just like uses what we tried to talk to her as an excuse to get us in trouble, and by doing that we just fired back. And see, she was saying that we weren't giving her enough respect, and in my opinion, respect is not something that you should like. It's not, oh yeah, I hate when people say, oh, I'm a grown up and you should respect me. Or when a parent says, oh, I give you food.
Should you respect criminals? They're adults. Lots of criminals are adults. Should you respect them because they're adults? Or oh no, only goes for certain kinds of people, doesn't it? Like if you're gonna say something, at least be consistent, right?
Or like I hate when parents say, you shouldn't be acting like that because I'm the one putting like clothes in a shelter over your head and food. Like any mom does
right.
that.
And that's right. That's a parent's job, right? And I think the child should like, I don't think respect them, but like be grateful to them, right?
Yeah, like when like they told me like I'm grateful to my parents.
Be grateful. But let's say a mother sexually assaults her son, but she still gives him food and shit. Does that count? Should he still respect her?
Well, let me just say, Mexican families are like, oh, no matter what she does to you, she's still your mother, and your mother's your mother. It's like, all right then. I guess I'll get molested by her, and I'll just be like, I love you, mom.
Yeah. Remember, like seriously. And the thing is, like, how do we go? We're like off topic, like super off topic. But hey, we don't care.
We were reading a book a second ago. Now we're just talking about life. Now we're just talking about how life's like awfully unfair. Makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. Alright, let's continue. Bukowski would make it as a novelist and a poet. He would go on and publish 6 novels and hundreds of poems, selling over 2 million copies of his books. His popularity defied really his own. I mean, nothing to say there, right? You know, shocker, he succeeded. I mean, if you could call it succeeding, right? If you've like been a loser your entire life and then suddenly like become successful, right? Like, are you really successful, or was it just a lucky like life? Like genuinely, that crap can happen to people, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, like, I guess, you know, like, everyone has their, like, own story, right?
Yeah, I guess. But, like...
Yeah, you know, but I guess that goes without saying, to be honest. But I wouldn't consider myself successful if at 50 years old, I randomly, like some random person came to me and said, oh, I'm, like, hey, wanna do this? Even though after I've been rejected by like millions of companies for 30 years, right?
Yeah.
And I accept it, and then suddenly I become like this huge success. I wouldn't consider my life successful.
I would consider my life actually a failure, saying like, it really took you 50 years. Or how long they said, 30 years, because he's, okay, yeah. So,
Yeah.
Did it really take you 30 years all to get this? Like, yeah,
when you could have ignored the alcohol. If you had this much talent in the beginning, you could have done this 30 years ago.
Yeah, let's see, I wouldn't be like, oh man, oh, I'm the greatest author, oh, I'm so, like, I would feel like I'm lucky, I wouldn't be, this isn't skill, it's being lucky.
Yeah, you can genuinely get lucky in life. I mean, not to the extent that Bukowski did, right? Not to his extent, but you can still get pretty damn lucky. Like it can be a small thing like getting $100 bill on the ground. Like, how much is it gonna affect you like in 10 years, right? It's not gonna affect you at all. But at the time, right, it's nice. this is like a completely life-changing turn of events, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I don't think these kinds of success, I put it in quotes because happen often because it's hard to like, genuinely like get lucky, like just, you know, succeed based on just random factors. And I don't think he succeeded just because, he got lucky, this one person found him, right?
Yeah.
I mean, he obviously had talent, right? Even if he had all this, he still had to have some amount of talent, right?
Yeah.
So, if he could have done this 30 years ago, right? He could have been like a famous like poet artist without like at the age of like what would he be, 20? Yeah, he'd
Yeah.
be 20.
Yeah. He'd be 20, like the youngest, greatest. Like, man, I would want to know as that, or then known as the guy
That's being
who was
fresh
an
out of
alcoholic.
college.
Yeah, it would be. I would want to be known as the guy who got out of college and wrote like amazing books, rather than the guy who was like drunk all the time.
And
And
he was a womanizer, right? And he slept with every woman he could find, I think.
yeah,
I don't know why, but people consider a womanizer and a rapist to be the same thing. When they're like far, 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 far different.
feminists these days, everything's the same for 'em.
Yep. Alright, getting off topic again.
Yeah, back on
Stories
topic.
like Bukowski's are the bread and butter of our cultural narrative. Bukowski's life embodies the American dream. A man fights for what he wants, never gives up, and eventually achieves his wildest dreams. See, there's the thing, right?
Yeah,
Never gives up, right? If you're at the point where you're drinking alcohol, you're sleeping with every woman you can find, right? Have you given up? You've essentially given up, right?
that is just that your dignity. Yeah, your dignity just gave up right there.
Like rip your dignity, right?
Like I wouldn't. Yeah, I would.
Dream. I don't like no.
Like for real, like I don't know. Just keep reading.
Yeah. It's practically a movie waiting to happen. We look at stories like Bukowski's and say, see, he never gave up. He never stopped trying. He always believed in himself. Okay, no. He didn't believe in himself either, right? I don't know much about Charles Bukowski. I've heard his name before this. But, like he didn't persist, right? If he truly persisted, right?
He would have gotten this earlier.
Yes, and he wouldn't have turned to alcohol. He wouldn't turn to drugs. And sure, it does happen to some people, but if that's considered successful, I
don't want to be successful.
I'd rather consider a person who like, let's say he made like bad dietary choices, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's like super smart, right? Like
yeah,
unimaginably smart, right? He's made all these bakeries and. Or not?
Wait, I mean, yeah, at some point.
I mean, you have to define successful, right? You have to define it first.
Yeah.
To truly start talking about. To me, successful is like subjective, essentially, because like people have different standards for themselves, whether it be a high or low, right?
Yeah, like successful has like, it's like bad and evil. Like it has so many, I don't know, so many ways it can be perceived.
I guess like good and evil, it's subjective.
Yeah, it's subjective.
Sorry, Sam Harris. You are wrong. Yeah. Yeah, alright, let's continue. It is then strange that on Bukowski's tombstone, the epitaph reads, "Don't try." Now that's I want that written on my epitaph, my grave really. I want that written. Don't try. Because I think, like, you should, like, actually do something, right? Oh, miss, I'm gonna try my best, alright? I'm gonna try my best, alright?
Yeah.
Like if you're trying implies a level of difficulty, right? A level of
It
difficulty
does.
to whatever you're doing. Yeah. So, I guess what I'm trying to say is, like, the whole thing of chasing your dreams, like never giving up, it's essentially almost complete bullshit. Essentially is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Alright? While it can be, like, good for some people, right? I don't think that it's, like, as we're gonna read in a second, we're gonna see why he actually, you know?
He actually doesn't.
Yeah.
Okay.
See, despite the book's awesome fame, Bukowski was a loser. He knew it, and from his success stemmed from not from determination to be a winner, but from the fact that he knew he was a loser, accepted it, and then wrote honestly about it. He never tried to be anything other than what he was. The genius in Bukowski's work was not in overcoming unbelievable odds or developing himself into a shining literary light. It was the opposite. It was a simple ability to become completely, unflinchingly honest with himself, especially the worst parts of himself, and to share his feelings without hesitation or doubt.
See, that's one thing like successful people do. They
You
know.
need to be honest with yourself first and foremost, right? You need to be
Yeah.
honest with yourself.
Yes, you do.
Because if you're not honest with yourself,
Then
you're not gonna be honest
yeah,
with
it's
other
not
people.
gonna go anyways.
Yeah, because if you try to change yourself, it doesn't usually work. Like you can change some parts about it too. Like if you're like an alcoholic, for example, right? But what I'm talking about is like the fundamental parts of you, like rooted in like your like you as a human, right? Characteristics that only you and just maybe a few others have, right? Like characteristics that are unique and specific. And the thing is, like,
It's just the thing is, I don't know.
I keep trying to like think of like what to say, right?
Yeah.
Because to share your feelings, right? To like actually do that, to like say what you feel out to the world. That requires a lot of courage, right?
It does.
It requires way more courage than any like
And any other thing, yeah.
It requires way more courage than I've seen people
Actually do.
like persevere, right? If they keep failing, that being honest with yourself requires way more. Being honest to others requires way more courage than any kind of perseverance. Okay, and I'm not like neglecting it because persevering. I mean, it's important, right?
Yes.
If you were to give up every time you failed at something, like where would Einstein be, right? Where would Newton be, right?
And that's something we touched in a video that we haven't uploaded yet. Trying to plug stuff in. And how like perseverance just kept people coming. Like when you give up, then maybe sometimes you need the ideas of other in order to like make it your own.
Yeah. Let's continue. This is the real story of Bukowski's success. His comfort with himself is a failure. That line alone, he's comfortable being a piece of shit. He's comfortable with it.
See,
right?
that's something you should not do. Like, are you comfortable being a disgrace to everyone? Cause I wouldn't. I would hate it.
He embraced it. The thing is, he embraced it, right? Because he knew, like, he's marked who he was, I think, was the thing with him, right? He's like, I set this path, I'm gonna follow it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And, let's continue. Fame and success didn't make him a better person. That's true. Fame and success don't make you a better person. Actually, a lot of times it makes you a worse person. It makes you a cocky piece of shit.
Yeah. Like, I think fame, like, breaks people's, I don't know, breaks people mentally. Cause like a lot of people before they were famous, they were like really like good people, and after getting famous, they just like decrease. And I'm sorry, I'm
The
at you.
pride gets to their head. That's why
Yeah.
I hate pride. I hate being proud of something. I lack pride in everything. That's what. Oh, like seriously. Like people are like, oh no, you're so modest. Like, no, I don't care if I'm modest. I lack pride in my actions, right? Because if
Yeah.
you're modest, to me that just seems like you're trying to play it down when secretly you're like smirking on the inside at all the praise you're getting. Right? Yeah.
Yeah. We're gonna 1v1 by the way.
Um, I wasn't ready for that.
Okay, yeah. So let's just keep talking and act like it never happened. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So
He even like verbally abused people in his audience. Like he insulted people in his audience, right? He knew he was a shitty person. Like if you see a woman that was like an person that was an alcoholic, a womanizer, someone like that, right? You'd obviously not be too impressed, right?
yeah,
To put it lightly, right?
yeah,
See, I think thing that I admire about Bukowski is his honesty, right?
yeah. In my opinion, that's something that a lot of fame people like lack.
The honesty. Honesty with like themselves especially, actually. What a bitch.
You know what, guys? Just like ignore the Fortnite background thing.
Yeah, what a fucking bitch. What a bitch. Alright.
Is it cool if I take your medkit? Thank you.
No, fuck you.
Alright, I won't. Alright, I
Fuck
won't.
you.
Alright, I'll keep. Alright. Okay, I'll keep it right. Okay, I'll let you make it be right there.
Don't
So,
lie. Yeah.
so yeah.
Like we're getting distracted by the gameplay.
Why are you taking my stuff? Don't take my stuff.
Hold on, I'm just making a quick trade-off.
Oh man, don't take my stuff.
Okay, I did nothing.
Drop everything
Yeah.
you have of mine. I'm just gonna say.
Let me continue, alright? Okay, let's stop actually fucking around.
Yeah, let's do that and give me everything you picked up. Yeah, good job, good boy.
Okay. Alright. Okay.
Okay, yeah. Let's just stop. Yeah, okay.
Our culture today is obsessively focused on unrealistically positive expectations. Be happier, be healthier, be the rest, better than the rest, be smarter, faster, richer, sexier, more popular, more productive, more envied and more admired. Be perfect and amazing. You talk about 12-karat gold nuggets before breakfast each morning while kissing your selfie-ready spouse and 2.5 kids goodbye. Then fly your helicopter to a wonderfully fulfilling job where you spend days doing incredibly meaningful work that's likely to save the planet one day. Bullshit. Bullshit. Right? Because, like, the unrealistically positive expectations, like, people are like, be positive, right?
Yeah.
I think being positive harms you more than anything. It harms you more than
I think being positive is good until an extent.
Like, overly positive?
Yeah. Also, I'm trying. Don't shoot me. I'm trying to do something.
Okay, yeah. Hold on, I have an idea. Okay.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. I'm trying to like build it one higher.
Yeah. And then the thing is like people like you want like it's in human nature to be like envied, right?
Yeah.
To be like wanted, desired, right? You want the girls to be like, oh my god,
His ass is so big. I wanna fuck him so fucking bad right now.
yeah. Yeah. And I don't think People, I mean, it's human nature, right? To
Yeah.
want to be envied, right? It's
Yeah.
human nature, but that doesn't mean you can't, not be there, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Because
Also, Ahmed, if you
it's
want to get
not in
in,
human nature.
I see my experiment. Get in right now. Here, I'll make a little door. Right here.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Hold on. Yeah. I'm sorry, guys, for this horrible.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Just trying to experiment with something.
Yep.
Oh my god, I hate you. Okay. Yeah. So keep reading while I'm trying to fix this.
Yep. But when you stop to really think about it, all conventional life advice, all the positive and happy self-help stuff we hear all the time, is actually fixating on what you lack. It lasers in on what you perceive your personal shortcomings to be and failures to already be, then emphasizes them for you. You learn that the best ways to make money because you don't feel you have enough money already. You stand in front of a mirror and repeat affirmations saying that you're beautiful because you feel as though you're not beautiful already.
Yeah.
And see, that's the thing. Because if you fixate on what you lack, you fixate on what you're like positive about, right? And if you fixate on what you're positive about, it's the opposite, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Get in here. Get in here.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Another thing is like humans want we want to improve ourselves, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. But when you get it to the point where like I guess you could say almost stupidly unrealistic positive expectations, right? It gets to the point where
Shit, I thought it would work out. Okay. Do you have any bounce pads?
yeah, it's let's continue. I'm gonna try to go faster, right? Cause we're doing like
yeah, we're just fucking
I'm
around.
gonna go to this page. Ironically, this fixation on the positive, on what's better, what's superior, only serves to remind us over and over again of what we are not, of what we lack, and of what we should have been but failed to be. After all, no truly happy person feels the need to stand in front of a mirror and to recite that she's happy. She just is. There's a saying in Texas: the smallest dog barks the loudest.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, right? It's the thing, like, the underdogs, things like that.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, we're in Texas. We're not gonna go anywhere.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Unless you want to send me instead.
We don't want any crazy feminists showing up at our door. Actually, no one cares about this channel. We're like irrelevant.
Okay, Ricecomb. Yeah, so keep going.
A confident man doesn't feel the need to prove that he's confident. A rich woman doesn't feel the need to convince anybody that she's rich. Either you are or you are not. And if you're dreaming of something all the time, then you're not reinforcing the same unconscious reality over and over, that you are not that. Everyone in their TV commercial wants you to believe that the key to a nicer life is a nicer job, or a more rugged car, or a prettier girlfriend, or a hot tub with an inflatable pool for the kids. The world is constantly telling you that the path to a better life is more, buy more, own more, make more, fuck more, be more. You are constantly bombarded with messages to give a fuck about everything all the time. Give a fuck about your new TV. Give a fuck about having a better vacation than your coworkers. Give a fuck about buying the new lawn ornament. Give a fuck about having the right kind of selfie stick. Why? Because giving a fuck about more stuff is good for business. And while there's nothing wrong with good business, the problem is that giving too many fucks is bad for your mental health. And causing you to become overly attached to the superficial and fake. To dedicate your life to chasing a mirage of happiness and satisfaction. The key to a good life is not giving a fuck about more, it's giving a fuck about less. Giving a fuck about only what is true and immediate and important. You see that's true, right? Because you constantly chase like happiness. You'll never be satisfied, right? You will
Yeah,
never be satisfied. No matter what you do.
and they want to make you like think, oh, if you do this, it's way better for you. When
Right?
in like reality, it's not. Like like if you think, oh, give me the new like toothpaste, it's gonna be the best idea. Like they just want you to make like they just want you to think that you'll be cool, popular, something like that.
And it really is good for business, right? It really is good for business. Oh, can you get out of the golf cart?
Okay.
Yeah. Thing is like, it's for business. It's all for business, right?
Yeah.
Can you get out of the car?
Why?
I'm not gonna do anything. I promise I'm not gonna kill you. Promise.
No. Why do you want me to get off the jump? I'm having fun.
I'll kill you if...
Come in here. Come in here and try to get in.
Okay.
Oh, I just squished you. Okay.
Okay.
So
Yep. Okay, the feedback loop from hell. This is the next section, okay? Where there's an insidious quirk to your brain that if you let it can drive you absolutely batty.
I don't know.
Tell me if this sounds familiar to you.
Yeah.
You get anxious about confronting somebody in your life. That anxiety cripples you and you start wondering why you're so anxious. Now you're becoming anxious about being anxious. Oh no, doubly anxious. Now you're anxious about your anxiety, which is causing even more anxiety. Quick, where's the whiskey? Or let's say you have an anger problem. You get pissed off at the stupidest, most insane stuff, and you have no idea why. And the fact that you get pissed off so easily starts to piss you off even more. And then in your petty rage, you realize being this angry all the time makes you a shallow and mean person. And you hate this. You hate it so much that you get angry at yourself. Now look at you. You're angry at yourself, getting angry about being angry. Fuck you all. Here, have a fist. Or you're so worried about doing the right thing all the time that you become worried about how much you're worrying. Or you feel so guilty for every mistake that you begin to make that you begin to feel guilty about how guilty you're feeling. Or you get sad and alone so often that makes you feel even more sad and alone just thinking about it. Welcome to the feedback loop from hell. Chances are you've engaged in it more than a few times. Maybe you're engaging in it right now. God, I do the feedback loop from hell all the time. I'm such a loser for doing it. I should stop. Oh my god, I feel like such a loser for calling myself a loser. I should stop calling myself a loser. Ah, fuck, I'm doing it again. See, I'm a loser. Calm down, amigo. Believe it or not.
Being anxious and all of that, I just gotta say, don't overthink stuff.
Right? Yeah, but a lot of people do.
Also, are you around me? Try to get in, try to get in. Hold on, I gotta wait, stop it.
Okay.
Drive it to that one. Okay. Yeah, so you guys can have some pro background.
Yep. Yeah.
So, yeah. So, I think like overthinking and stuff and being anxious about stuff is not really good for you.
Yeah, it's just not good for your mental health, right?
Yeah.
Because the thing is like, it's hard to say, right? It's like the feedback loop from hell. It's essentially getting mad at yourself about being mad and just like, it's a back and forth between your head almost. It's like,
yes.
Wow, I'm such a loser for calling myself a loser. Like the same example he showed, right? Well, calm down, amigo. Believe it or not, this is a part of the beauty of being human. Very few animals on Earth have the ability to think cogent thoughts to begin with, but we humans have the luxury of being able to have thoughts about our thoughts. So I can think about watching Miley Cyrus videos on YouTube, and then immediately think what a sicko I am for wanting to watch Miley Cyrus videos on YouTube. Ah, the miracle of consciousness. And here's the problem. Our society today, through the wonders of consumer culture, and
What
hey,
happened?
look, my life is cooler than... And hey, look, my life is cooler than yours, social media. Okay, that... Hey, look, my life cooler... Look, my life is cooler than yours.
That's something that a lot of people try to do. They're trying to make like, oh yeah, my life's cooler than yours. Got a problem with it, and I don't know.
I'm so happy, right?
Yeah, like.
Alright?
Yeah, like
And
they try to make
now
you
here's the
think.
problem.
Yeah, you know, you say that.
Yeah, I continue.
Oh no, you can
Now
continue.
here's the problem. Our society today, through the wonders of consumer culture and hey look my life is cooler than yours, social media has bred a whole generation of people who believe that having these negative experiences, anxiety, fear, guilt, etc. is totally not okay. I mean, if you look at your Facebook feed, everybody there is having a fucking grand old time. Look, 8 people got married this week, and some 16-year-old on TV got a Ferrari for her birthday, and another kid just made $2 billion from inventing an app that automatically delivers you more toilet paper when you run out.
Yeah, like you should not care about other people's lives. See one, that's just creepy. Two, I don't know, it's just something that is not really
Caring
safe
about
for
other
you.
people's lives. If 12-year-olds like our age have a lot of trouble doing that, right? They have a lot of trouble trying to not care about their friends' lives, right? Or anyone's life, to be, for that matter, right? They have a lot of trouble doing
yeah,
that.
they go their friends go somewhere. They start asking this question like, "How is it over there? Are you liking it? It's better in here." And see, like I understand you might have some questions for them, like, but not just like try to get like everything like. And how cold is the shower? Is it that cold? Like, calm
Yeah,
your
right.
tits.
You alright?
Yeah, I'm right, but damn, those kids are just crazy.
Oh
Yeah,
my god.
so keep reading.
Yep. Alright. Now, and yep. Meanwhile, you're stuck at home flossing your cat, and you can't help but think your life sucks even more than you thought. The feedback loop from hell has become a borderline epidemic, making many of us overly stressed, overly neurotic, and overly self-loathing. Back in Grandpa's day, he would feel like shit and think to himself, "Gee whiz, I sure do feel like a cow turd today, but hey, I guess it's just life." But back to shoveling hay. Alright, back in my day, right? Like, you know, I think it's like not really going away, right?
Yeah.
Because I don't think like the feedback loop from how he's describing here, I don't think it's gonna go away, right?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I was so tempted.
I know, it's fine. I'm
I'm
trying to do
sorry,
something.
man. Yeah. I think it's kind of like almost part of like human nature. I'll look for some. Part of human nature, right? To
Yeah,
be
like, well, that you want something, but see the extreme point.
to strive for more. To strive for more, yeah.
That some people just like that so much. They want to be like this person so much that they just change their all the way to be like they just change themselves just for that person.
They become someone who they aren't, to put it that way, right? They
Yes.
become someone who they aren't and never will be. That's who they become. And that's who they stay, right? And things, this leads to arrogance, this leads to all kinds of things, right?
Honestly, it does.
Yeah, and if there's one thing I hate is pride. Okay, like, it can be like a motivating factor for some people, but if you let it get out of hand, it leads to arrogance. Arrogance leads to failure, and I mean that's pretty. And I guess arrogance could lead to failure, right?
Yeah.
But it doesn't necessarily have to, right? It doesn't have to. See, pride could like be like a motivator for some people, like I just said, but I just don't think being prideful about your actions is good at all. Like, what's the point in being prideful, right? What's the point in it? Right?
Yeah.
I see no point in being like, feeling good about yourself.
I don't see one either.
Like if you do it either, like it's fine, right? It's fine. But I just don't see the point in it. Because all it does is strengthen your ego. And having an ego is never a good thing. No matter how big, how small, it doesn't matter. An ego is not a good thing to have.
And people like shouldn't be proud of having one. 1, 2, 3.
Like, you know, like become an arrogant piece of shit. People should not be proud of that, right?
And being arrogant or making fun of people. See, I hate how like there's always a group of people that if you make fun of someone, they all feel like so they all gets like, oh man, we make fun of him, and they'll start like acting like if it's an accomplishment. Like, damn, it's just
Like, if you, like, some people have to, like, I think if there is, like, a #1 motivator in life, it shouldn't be the end result, right? This is gonna sound, like, so fucking cliche. It should be the journey there. This is gonna sound like fucking cliche as fuck, right? So how you get there is more important than, like, the end, right?
yeah,
Because the end doesn't have any meaning, right? And,
yeah.
and this is weird coming from like a nihilist who doesn't think that there are any I am a nihilist. So this is weird, like trying to talk about this because I don't think it's like, you know, maybe purpose to life. But I think it's more you create one for yourself, right?
Yeah.
There's,
Yeah, I know.
There's all that, yeah.
Yeah. Also, I need 2 more bounce pads. That's all I need. That's all I need.
Yeah. All right, let's continue reading.
All right.
Alright. But now now if you feel like shit for even 5 minutes, you're bombarded with 350 images of people totally happy and having amazing fucking lives, and it's impossible not to feel like there's something wrong with you. It's this last part that gets us into trouble. We feel bad about feeling bad. We feel guilty for feeling guilty. We get angry about getting angry. We get anxious about feeling anxious. What is wrong with me? This is why not giving a fuck is so key. This is why it's going to save the world. And it's going to save it by accepting the world is totally fucked, and that's alright. Because it's always been that way and always will be. That's just saying it how it is, right?
Yeah.
Because no matter how hard you try, there will always be stupid people. Suggestively speaking, of course. There will always be like, there's always going to be that one dumb kid in class, right?
Yeah. No matter what you do, sadly.
No matter what you can do, you can lessen the amount of stupidity, right? You could say, oh, like, you know, I don't know, higher the IQ of the human race, which isn't that like pretty average right now?
Wait, what?
Like, get a higher IQ in like each country. I think like America's like one of the lower ones.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess that explains a lot.
But yeah. So my opinion. See, that's something. Another thing. Like, you should not care if how
Right. Not giving a fuck, right? Which is what this book is all about. Not giving a fuck, essentially. It's not necessarily a guide, but, you know, like,
it's
more
just
like the important part, right?
yeah. Oh!
Right.
Oh, I thought I hit you because I bounced like from the water. I didn't know it was a trap.
Yep. And then, alright. But by not giving a fuck that you feel bad, you short circuit the feedback loop from hell. You say to yourself, I feel like shit, but who gives a fuck? And then as if then by simple magic, by fuck giving fairy dust, you stop hating yourself for being so bad. George Orwell said to see what it's in front of one's nose requires a constant struggle. Well, the solution to our stress and anxiety is right there in front of our noses. And we're too busy watching porn and advertisement for ab machines that don't work, wondering why we're not being a hot blonde with a rocking six-pack to notice.
Yes, I gotta agree with that.
Like you don't notice. Like you don't notice it.
Yeah.
Right? Like what, like, you know what he says, George Orwell says. Like, it requires a constant struggle. That's true. You need to, like, get through it, right? You can't just be like, oh, yeah, you know, here's everything, right? And it's not hard to not give a fuck, right? You can't just start not giving a fuck overnight, right? But if you can learn to do it, it will help you become like one of the most successful people ever to live. Einstein, I think is, didn't, there's like a false myth that says he flopped third grade math.
Oh yeah, cause he started making like sixes.
Yeah, even though that's a complete lie. He never flopped third grade math, he aced it.
Yeah, but, you know, people just want, like, so that's another thing with, like, inspiring things. They all, most of the time, make, like, fake up myths. Just try to help you.
Alright. And let's continue.
Yeah.
We joke online about first world problems, but we really have become victims of our own success. That's right. Success can be basically a monster. It can eat away at you slowly, because like the need for like more, right?
Yeah.
Like you have like a fucking 8-pack. No, that's just not enough. Alright?
Yeah.
Like you're like worth billions of dollars. No, that's just not enough, right?
See, that's the problem with, like, you always want more. Like, no matter how much you have, you always end up wanting more.
Alright? And the thing is, part of it is human nature, part of it is self-control. Alright? It's control that urge, right? And just be happy with what you have. Even if you are successful, in quotes. Alright. Alright. Let's do like more of it. We're not gonna do the entire thing because that'll take way too long.
I think we should just finish the playgrounds. So like 7 more minutes.
Alright.
So,
the next one is, there's an infinite amount of things that we can see and know, but there's also an infinite number of ways that we can discover that we don't measure up. That's right, there are multiple ways. Like, Einstein's theory of relativity, like someone else could have came along and presented the same theory, right?
yeah.
Edwin Hubble, he probably could have came up with it, right? Because he's the one who actually proved the universe to not be static.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's that, I guess. Because here's the thing that's all wrong with the how to be happy shit that's been shared 8 million times on Facebook in the past few years. Here's what nobody realizes about all of this crap. The desire for more positive experience is itself a negative experience. And paradoxically, the acceptance of one's negative experience is a positive experience. This is a total mind fuck. So I'll give you a minute to unpretzel your brain and maybe read that again. Wanting positive experience is a negative experience. Accepting negative experience is a positive experience. See, that's the thing, because if you want a positive experience, you are constantly going to yearn for more, right?
Yeah.
I think that's what it tries to mean by wants a positive experience.
Oh my god. Okay, I messed it up. I got to 2 million, but I put the wall there. Hold on. Okay.
Yeah.
So.
Alright. Here's the thing. It's what the philosopher Alan Watts said to refer to as the backwards law. Okay? And I think this is where we should stop it. Alright?
Yeah.
And see, while this is just a tiny bit of it, this book just tries to focus. While we're all barely in, this essentially tries to focus on, you know, not giving a fuck. This book challenges your very beliefs. It will challenge everything you've lived your entire life.
She's like, not good.
You think it was Christopher Hitchens in a book? Like, right?
I mean,
so,
yes.
I mean, yep. The subtle art. I mean, it is pretty subtle. Like, you don't give a fuck about something. Like, it is subtle, right?
Mhm.
Because the more you don't give a shit about Well, shit.
The better it is.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean that's that, I guess. This is like well, this one's gonna be like it's just one book, but usually it's gonna be way more than that because samples aren't usually this long.
Yeah.
Alright. So we're gonna do like 2 or 3 each episode usually. Hopefully we won't have like shitty ass format gameplay that's gonna distract us next time. But
Hopefully. I don't promise anything.
oh, yeah, no promises. No promises.
Well, I hope you guys have a good night
This is
and
gonna
we'll
be
upload soon.
yeah.
So. I built it!